Of course, it's great to get 3 points in the way we did it, as in last minute. It's a comeback. It's a tradition of this club. It's something that this team is getting better and better at as well.
When you sign someone like Edinson Cavani, is that what you expect to see?
Yeah, he's a centre forward who thrives on crosses and delivery in the box, and he's been in there for so many years, so he knows where the ball can land. So he's made a difference tonight.
Being a team that does what the best they can do. I think the subs made a difference today, especially Cavani. It was hard to defend, and if you then have no pressure on the ball anymore, and sitting deep is difficult against this team because they have so good deep runs and everything, and then it's difficult to defend. So in the end, it wasn't enough for 1 point. I think, I don't know if you would deserve one. I think for the first half, yes, because we have been the much better team. I think they have quality, and this quality is clear that it is not 90 minutes to defend all the time. So a little bit unlucky today, but okay, I think.
Well, Ralph Hasenhuttl pointing out there it was the quality of Manchester United in that second half that was really the difference, because coming into the game, Southampton have been unbeaten in 7 Premier League matches, and they started this one, Wrighty, exactly as I think everyone expected them to. I think most people had them down as the favourites, surprisingly.
Well, to be honest, you know that we don't know what you're going to get with Man United at the moment, but like what we do know from Man United is that they've got a lot of quality, and if they do get it right, they can cause you problems. But what you saw with Southampton and with their goals, it was very, very well today. I think people saying that the goalkeeper was at fault for it, but I thought it was still a good free kick. Goalkeeper could have done better, but like the way they're playing, this delivery here, it's literally it's unstoppable. There's not much you can do there. They've got all the bodies in front there, and it's a super ball right on the nose. And this is the same. Goalkeeper for me, his legs, he's not moved across quick enough, but it's still precise in where he's put that.
Is he the best from free kicks in the league?
Listen, whether you say this, he's good in the league, or whether you say Europe, he's that good, isn't he? You kind of think that every time he gets a free kick in that kind of 18, 20-yard area, for him it's like taking a penalty. He's that good.
You know it's coming in.
He knows it's going in. You know what he's going to do with it. You know what he's going to do. And he does it time and time again. I was very privileged to play with some top players, David Beckham, Jockey F, people like that. Beckham was the best I've ever seen. But to see this kid, what he's doing on a consistent basis, is unreal, Jules. Yeah.
So Southampton, 2-0 up, looking pretty comfortable. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer talks to his team at half-time. What do you think he would have said to them?
Well, it wasn't quite happening in the first half for Mason Greenwood, and so I was watching this. He's taking his time on his feet. He's not rushed. He's taking his time, and this was like I think he goes onto the pitch and then he starts doing the boots. I would be like really rushing to do it, but he's just taking his time. You know what I mean? Getting himself going, not rushing. But it's the kind of substitution that if you've got someone like that to come on, you are feeling a little bit confident in what you're doing, because watching that game, Man United didn't do a lot wrong in the first half. They just wasn't quite at it like Southampton, and Southampton had to start like they did, and they did. But Man United's quality, as it went on, just got better. They just grew more and more in the game, and then you bring him on.
Being able to bring a player like him off the bench, Edinson Cavani comes on, involved in all 3 of Manchester United's goals in the second half, and involved almost instantly in the second half with the assist for Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, I mean, and that's a great ball. Normally you expect to see Cavani in between the 2 goalposts, but here he's out wide on the right wing. Not somewhere you normally see him, and Fernandes is just scoring goals for fun. There you're right, the centre half should be back in there. Only one person in the box for Man United, gets a touch and turns. Shouldn't have that time in the box. When you're a defender, you're not allowed to touch it, turn and put it in the back of it, especially with someone like Fernandes. Too easy for Man United at this stage. And once they got that first goal, I sense it. I even sensed it when I was to play for United. If we scored a goal, we were 2-1 down. You could just sense the worry in the opposition.
Exactly.
They start to drop deeper and deeper and deeper, and it just waves and waves and waves. And when you've got that man Cavani on the pitch, you've always got a chance, right? Well, the assist came, and then came the 2 goals.
2 strikers' goals as well, real top strikers' goals, because what you'll see with this is when he's about to shoot, Cavani is the only one moving. That's just experience striking. You know what I mean? He knows where the ball's going. He's getting himself in between the white sticks. Look at him, look. Only one moving. Everybody else is still. Look at him. Look at his body language. Everybody's looking at the ball. Look, who's moving? That is how you score goals. That's what young strikers should be looking at. Watch him. It's outside the goalpost at the moment. And the first thing he's thinking, just like the goalkeeper. Look at the goalkeeper. I always try to get where the goalkeeper is. Look at him. Same thing. Go into in between the posts. It's just like fantastic from his point of view.
From a Southampton point of view, right, you've got to look at Vestergaard. Do you know what I mean? All Southampton players are pushed out to play mate not offside. And he's 10 yards behind him.
Look where he's run from here. He's started the run. He knows. And Rashford.
What a header.
It's just a fantastic header because if you look at once Rashford gets the ball, there's only one thing in his mind. Like, right, he's just putting it in the area, and that is where Cavani's going. He's going in the area. You know, that ball could have easily gone behind him or over him, but he's going in the area because he's attacking the space, and that is where you get your goals. That's a proper striker's goal where his experience has got him those goals.
I haven't seen that for a while, the old one of them, you know what I mean? No, listen, he's world class. You know, he's not one of those who, you know, is going to run channels or work the centre halves, but what he does, if you put the balls in the right position, he will score you goals. And he's probably what Man United need, a proper centre forward. Martial was not a centre forward. He can play along the lines, but he's not an out-and-out centre forward. They tried it with N'Golo, didn't really work. This kid, I'm not saying kid, he's 30 plus. You know what I mean? He's 30 plus.
Kid to you, Paul.
Kid to us old, he's like me and you, right, over 50s, but he's world class. As Wright said, he knows the areas to go into. He can sense goals. He sniffs out goals, and you know, I think he'll score a lot more goals this year.
Ollie's got to get some credit for changing it half time. You know, unfortunately for Mason Greenwood, he was the one that got taken off. But you know, to make that decision and say, right, I'm going to change something, and to be honest, it worked out for him. Goalkeeper worked out for him, and I know that was an injury, but Cavani worked out brilliantly for him.
Does Ollie have a little bit of a headache now, Paul, though? Does he start Cavani in the next game? United's fixtures on the way. Bit of a mixed bag coming up.
Listen, I'm sure Cavani's done enough today to warrant a start. Just depends how he sees it. You know what I mean? As I said, Cavani's over his 30s. He can't start every game. What he can do, he can come on and then make an impact like we saw today. Whether he could start from the beginning, I'm not too sure. I think he might want to, but he's got options now. I mean, to be fair, when N'Golo came over from China, he was coming on the last 15, 10 minutes because he wasn't too sure about him. Now he knows he can throw someone like Cavani on 45 minutes first half, 15 minutes, and we'll get goals. So it's good to have those problems, that's for sure.
I think that it's not a problem for him to come off from the bench simply because of what he can do. He can definitely influence the game from off. I don't think that he's coming to Man United saying, well, how comes you're not playing me? I'm here and I'm fit, I'm ready to go. I think that he will come in and do a job like that. And if he starts, he starts. If he doesn't, he'll just come in and he'll be able to do that. And that is the luxury of having a player of that calibre on the bench who's not going to give you a headache if he's not starting, Jules.
And they've still got to do work in the Champions League to qualify for the knockout stages. So good to have a bit of depth in the squad where he can bring those players on. Just a quick word on Southampton before we move on to the next match. Any criticism of them in that second half for letting that 2-goal lead slip? I kind of feel with Southampton, listen, they're playing a quality side in Manchester United, but they've been so impressive this year, Southampton. They really, really have. And sometimes you've got to kind of manage the game well. 2-0 up at half-time, they've got to think, right, need to manage it. They kept attacking, trying to get the third. Even the third goal, Van der Gaal give a silly free kick away, goes wide, Cavani gets a winner. But listen, you're playing a good Man United side. Southampton done ever so well. They're trying to score goals. They're trying to win games. So, no, I won't have too much worries. I'll take a lot of positive from that and say, listen, we were 2-0 up at half-time. That's what I'll be saying to my players, Ian. You know, 2-0 up at half-time. We can improve, we can get better. And if they're up there, I'm telling you, they're going to beat a lot of good teams this year. Yep, still an impressive start for Ralph Hasenhüttl's side. Time for a quick break, but when we return, we'll turn our